Alright, so what's going on, guys? So today we're looking at the Everbuilt storage container. Now, this is actually not something that's designed for EDC, survival use, or anything like that. This is actually something I found in the hardware aisle at Home Depot the other night. And as soon as I saw it, I realized this is the perfect alternative to one of the high-end gear pods that everyone's starting to see these days in the survival gear as well as in the hiking and packing gear. Now, the reason I'm calling this the poor man's alternative is because I think this cost me under $4. And at the end of the day, it's about the same size, it's still going to be fairly sturdy, and yes, it is not nearly going to be as good as a very light-duty alternative, but for $4, you can't beat it. And at the end of the day, what I'm looking at for this one is, this is a great way to build out a small, compact little survival kit that there's really not much holding you back from not only building, but having readily available with you. So let's take a look at this overall and see what we're able to fit inside such a small container. So one thing you will notice right on the top is that it does have a large slice across the top. This is from the factory, the intent being that if you have nuts and bolts in here, you can easily just squeeze the top, pour out what you need, and then you'll not lose the rest of it. Now, obviously, if you're looking for anything waterproof, that's not going to work for you. Now, I do have a simple solution for that. Take a small piece of duct tape, put it right over the top. Now, you can do it a lot neater than I just did, but what this does is that simply just closes up that top portion. And in testing, I filled this container up with water, obviously, put the cap on with the duct tape over top of it, and turned it upside down. It dripped a little bit. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to be completely waterproof for submersion, but with nothing more than a piece of duct tape, you can get it water resistant enough that if you're in a torrential downpour, if you're going anywhere that you're worried about this getting wet, aside from full submersion, you're probably going to be okay with nothing more than a piece of duct tape over the top. Alright, moving forward though. So what I was able to focus on here is kind of the basics. So I wanted to make sure we had cutting implements, fire, water, as well as warmth for shelter, and something to be able to maintain clean drinking water. So first thing we have in here is a gallon-sized freezer bag. Now, this obviously is not the best container for water, but it's great considering the fact that you can fit it in such a small area. I probably would have actually opted for a quart size had I thought that a little further through, because the next item is going to be the Katadyn water tablets. And these are the Micro Pures, and I believe each tablet makes 1 liter of water, but I got to double check that to be on the safe side. But a nice easy way to get clean potable water inside a small container. Now, this one you don't usually see in a lot of survival kits, but you actually should see a lot more often of. This is actually going to be the Streamlight MicroStream, which is a single AAA flashlight, but it's around, I believe, 30 lumens, and it's actually quite bright for the size. For cutting, we have the SE Zancudo. Now, this is one that I believe they contracted out because this one is actually made in Taiwan rather than the USA. But for a cheap little pocket knife, this is a great compact folder that is held up to a lot of use over the years, and this is actually one of, I think, 3 that I own right now, and I've been very happy with these. Next up, in terms of fire, we have the obvious, the large Bic lighter. Didn't even mess around with the small ones. I wanted just to go with the full size, make sure we have plenty of option for that, and plenty of fuel to go a long way. And if that fails on you, we have the Light My Fire ferro rod with the included whistle in the striker as well. So you got plenty of options there as well. Then for tinder, we have 2 options. Just a little bit of cotton that I tossed in there. And then inside of the electrical tape here, there's actually cotton mixed with, not electrical tape, but a big gob of Vaseline. So that's going to catch a spark very easily and stay burning for quite a while. And then finally, we're able to fit a decent sized Mylar blanket, which these are again not going to be the best options out there, but for under $1 and be able to fit it in a small container, it's a good way to go for that one. So with this, you have water, you have fire, you have shelter, you have light, and you have a way you can build traps with a knife. You have a lot of ways to survive out of this little bit of a kit and go a decent way for it. Now, moving back to the container itself, this is one of the things I really like about this. So when you actually close this container up, you'll notice on the sides of the cap here, there's a little notch here and a little external post right here. Now what this is designed for is these are actually designed to be interlocking. And with each one of these containers, you get this bracket right here. So 2 screws in the same post you see on the side of the cap. So what that does is you can actually hang it from that side of that clip. So what this is good for is if you want to have either, the intent would be if you had a bunch of different nuts and bolts, you can hang these from the wall and then easily see what you have and where it is. Alternatively, if you wanted to mount a little survival kit in your car, for example, mount this to the side of the door frame or anywhere you don't mind having a couple screw holes that's not going to impact the resale value of your car. Mount this there, slide on your little survival kit, and if you ever need it, simply grab and go. So, if you have any questions, guys, please put them in the comments section below, and as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.